So welcome. Join me for a word of prayer. Father, we ask your blessing on the assembly today. We're thankful for your guidance through the first half of the semester. I'm thankful for all the efforts of the staff and faculty and the students in their academic performance thus far. We pray that you will continue to guide us, particularly the students, to finish the semester strong. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. So please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Take seats.
So again, welcome. What we're going to do here, we have a short assembly that recognizes the performance of both college and high school students through the midterm. And as a prelude to that, we've got one of our own faculty who will give the short message, and an encouraging one, for sure. So let me just tell you a little bit about him. Major Scott Nelson was born and raised in Utah at a young age. Sure how young, I guess at least 17. He joined the Navy, and he had a career in the Navy. And just read a couple of things here. I think as many of you know, he is a very accomplished linguist, interpreter. He went to the Defense Language School twice, graduated there twice. Once for Russian, once for Spanish. And he served throughout the world. And I'll just read a few of those places: Spain, Panama, Scotland, Texas, Florida, the Mediterranean Sea, the Indian Ocean, and the Persian Gulf, where he also became a qualified Persian linguist. He earned his bachelor's degree in language and communications from Excelsior College in the state of New York, and he retired from the Navy in 1996. Following that, he served as a parole and probation officer in the state of Illinois prior to coming here to teach at Wembley in 1998. So this is the 17th year at Wembley. He has 4 adult children. One son is an Army surgeon, trauma surgeon serving at Walter Reed Army Hospital in Washington, D.C. He has a daughter who's an architect, and his 2 youngest children. One graduated last year, Bailey graduated from college here last year, and his son, who's a senior in high school, is planning to start college here next year. And finally, Major Nelson has also one grandson, and he tells me his grandson calls him Grandpa Zorro. So without further ado, I'd introduce Grandpa Zorro.
I yell so loud in my classes, but this someday I'm a little hoarse. Is that better? Okay, I'll explain the Grandpa Zorro thing. When my grandson was born, my daughter-in-law informed me that the baby will either know me as Grandpa Zorro or Grandpa Bigfoot. So that's what I choose, Grandpa Zorro, right? Why? Because I'm the greatest swordsman in the Midwest. And of course, if you're going to claim the name Zorro, El Zorro, right? You have to be the greatest swordsman, right? So that's how I got that. I know what you're thinking. What's he going to talk about? Some of you, I hope he talks about Sasquatch. Many of you hope he doesn't talk about Sasquatch. Some of you come up to me, sir, please do some Irish rap. I said, no, I've had too many of my students tell me that I need to work on my rapping skills. So that's not going to happen. Sir, please demonstrate some Irish stick fighting. And I've kind of promised Colonel Casey that I won't do that, and he's forbidden me from hitting any of my students for being late anymore. So we probably won't be doing that either, right? And in fact, I don't see Beth, but if Beth is here, is that you? Yeah. I know what Beth is thinking right now. My gosh, I hope he doesn't poke himself in the eye with that thing again. So, I'm going to do one thing quick, just to get some preliminaries out of the way. I have a 5-second motorcycle safety course. It goes like this. Wear a helmet. This one did the job. Okay. Something happened to me not long after I started to work here. I moved from the Peoria, Illinois area, and I went to church my first Christmas here, little church in Independence. And the pastor there did something that was kind of unique for a Christmas morning. He said, I'd like it if each of us that feels like they want to come up to the podium and express to everyone here, kind of do a testimony thing, and tell us what is it that you're grateful for this Christmas morning. And so, most of us got up and said, the normal things. I'm grateful for, God. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for, the things that we normally are grateful for. And then, right at the end, this little old bent-over man, whose back was like this. And his back was twisted in ways that I didn't even understand how he was even standing up. And he was determined to get up there on that stage and to tell us what he was grateful for. Of course, we all didn't know what to expect. And he gets up there and he goes, I'm grateful to God for every bad thing that ever happened to me in my life. For every pain I experienced in my life. For every challenge that I had to overcome, and every difficulty that I had to rise above. Why? Because that's what made me strong. And it had a profound effect on all of us, and it did to me. It does to, have an effect on me to this day. That's one of the things that I was thinking about when I was laying out there in the woods, waiting to be found, My God, this old man could be like to do too. Thank you for this difficulty. Thank you for the opportunity to rise above this challenge in my life. That's what got me through it. I'll tell you the truth. Right? If this is true, we know that this is true. Shakespeare said, that which does not kill us makes us stronger. Right? And every one of us faces these challenges every day. Right? And it's through our difficulties in life and our ability to rise above them that makes us strong and turns us into men and women, real men and women. So if I could impress you with anything, I would say be grateful, of course, for the luxuries of life and the good things, the love we share. But my gosh, be grateful for your difficulties as well. That's what's going to turn you into men and women, right? So I've got a few, I call in my classes, life lessons. I know my philosophy classes are going, well, no, more life lessons, right? So, here's one. It takes more hard work and effort to try to look busy than it does to actually get busy and accomplish something in your day. We learn this in the military, right? we all know people in the military that spend all their day not accomplishing a dang thing because they're too busy trying to look busy. Well, they could accomplish much more if they just got that. Am I right? Yeah. I got a couple witnesses over here. Yeah. Another way I like to say it is, hey, it takes more effort to fail, more hard work to fail than it does to succeed. Especially here. My God, you've got such a support network here. I've never seen anything like it. So in order for you to fail in a place like this, you actually have to work pretty dang hard. Okay? Now, there's a few things that I hear people say all the time that I don't like to hear because it's kind of a defeatist attitude. Okay. I can't do that. I'm not smart enough to do that. I'm not young enough. I'm not good looking enough. I'm not healthy enough. I'm not worthy to do that. This is what I would like you to try. Because it works. Get up in the morning, go look at yourself in the mirror. And I mean, give yourself that look. All right? You say something like this. Good morning, gorgeous. Where have you been all my life? Right? Man, or girl, you are the smartest thing that walks on the face of this earth. Oh, and in between, throw in a few thank yous. You say, baby, you are so young, beautiful, and healthy, there is nothing you can't accomplish. Based just on your good looks alone, let alone your brain power. And finally, there is no one more worthy of success than you. And give yourself another little win. Right? Believe me, this is the best we're starting. It sets the stage and the perfect tone for you to accomplish amazing things just in that day. Okay, more life lessons. Okay. Don't be a whiner. Whining never accomplishes anything for anybody. And really all it does is set up additional obstacles in front of you, between you and what you really want in your life. Worrying does the same thing. Nothing to worry about. What worrying does, it sets up an extra level of stress that you first must rise above before you get down to the important business. Worrying doesn't help anybody. Okay. I've only got 3 more pages of these life lessons. All right. Oh, here you go. Please don't ever say, that's not fair. Okay? Because, I mean, as if fairness was something that floated around in nature, right? And all we have to do is find enough of it, stick it in our pockets, and we'll be okay. Well, the problem is fairness does not exist in nature. Fairness is an invention of the human mind. So it's us who create that. And we're all responsible for creating our own. How do you do that? By approaching, again, every obstacle with gratitude and confidence. By the way, that little thing that you do in the mirror, some people might say, boy, that's pretty arrogant. You can't feel that way. Unfortunately, we live in an age where confidence is misunderstood to be arrogance. It shouldn't be that way. We should all approach everything we do in our lives with gratitude and confidence. Okay. Oh, here you go. Never say, I'm bored. Because my first response, when my kids used to say that, my first response was what? Whose fault is that? Right? And my gosh, if they were too bored, I found something for them to do. You guys going in the military, you tell your chief you're bored, guess what? We'll find something for you to do. So, if you're bored, go out and do something. Go walk in nature. Talk to the trees if you want to. Get a lesson in time management. The trees seem to be pretty good at that. But do something. I know we live in an age again where, we think we have to be electronically stimulated all the time, or else we're bored. No, grief, read a book. Do some homework. Right? Okay. Oh. Finally, for these life lessons, never be afraid. Because fear is not real. Fear is only God's way of giving us the energy to do something we've never done before. If you see it that way, you'll never, and say the fear is not real, it's only energy that God's given me. By God, I'm going to accomplish what I got to do. Right? All right, now, I'm going to give you the secret formula to a successful college career. Because I know all of you are going to go to college. If you're not already in college, those of you in college are going to move on. Go to more college. Right, here it is. Number one, go to class. What a concept. Right? Number two, be on time. That's good too. Take notes. See. Here, this is very important. At least pretend that you care what the teacher's talking about. Right? I think it's Kurt Vonnegut Jr. who said, we are what we pretend to be. Because when we pretend, we're doing. The bottom line is, we are what we do. Right. Finally, never hesitate to go up and talk to the teacher. Right. If you're having some problems, you and he will find a solution. Most definitely here. Right? I actually had a kid that had gone down to UCM. And stay awake in class. These things are worth at least 2 or 3 grade levels. Right? Stay awake. I had a kid from UCM come up here, and I made him stay awake in class. He was a commuter guy. Cadets seem to know that they should stay awake, but they fall asleep anyway. So we have to be creative in ways to keep them awake, right? So this kid says, he actually pushed me in class. He says, why are you making me stay awake in class? My professor down at UCM didn't make me stay awake in class. I said, well, thank God you're here then. Thank God you came someplace where I'm going to make you learn something. If they're paying me to do it. So you're staying awake in my class. Sorry. Let's see. Okay. Colonel Casey asked me to do this for a couple weeks. I struggled over how do I inspire these cadets to greatness? And then finally, after thinking about it for a long time, I thought, you know what? I don't need to do that. Because it's our most important job, all of our most important job, is to get you to realize that you already walk in greatness. We're here to recognize those who have already come to realize that and taken responsibility on for themselves. Right? The only thing that we ask in return is that someday you come back and you tell us what amazing, happy, successful lives that you've made for yourselves. Because that's what we do it for. That's the most important feedback we get, is to hear back from you guys. So I'll ask you, please, you guys come back. And you know what we do? We have a lot of people that come back and tell us, thank you, you know. So now, we're getting ready to go into the two roughest months of the year. Not because the curriculum gets harder, necessarily, but we start finding lots of extracurricular things to do. Okay, those are good things, necessary things, but then it starts getting nice outside. Okay, and none of us, we all go through this, teachers and students alike. It's hard to concentrate on what? Philosophy, when it's beautiful outside. Yeah. Okay, but this is the time we have to realize is the most important time of the year as well. Right? And we can't lose focus. Right? So, you know, I'll end with a quote I recently found from one of my personal heroes, John Paul Jones, the father of the American Navy. Right? And it really points to the fact that, hey, guess what, guys? We're all in this together. We couldn't do it without each other. So we need to help each other as much as we can. Right? John Paul Jones said this right before he was the captain of a converted merchant vessel that had like 15 cannons on it. And he was getting ready to go to battle against one of the most powerful frigates in the world. Upwards of 80 guns, serving in the most powerful navy of that time, the British Navy. And he called his men to the quarterdeck and he says, I can't do this alone. He says, by myself, I cannot guarantee any kind of success. He says, but with God's help, together, you and I will endeavor to deserve it. So if I could ask one thing, let's get through these next 2 months, and together, let's endeavor to deserve success. Okay? Thank you.
So now we'll begin the recognition first with the college, and then following the college, then we'll recognize high school cadets. So as we've done in the past, what I'll do first is read the names of those students, college students who have made, as of the midterm, the grade point average that will get you on the dean's list at the end of the semester. The dean's list means at least a 3.0 GPA and no grade lower than a B. Again, as we've done in the past, what I would ask for college students, when I read your name, please stand and stay standing until I read the next name, which will only be about 2 seconds. So here's the dean's list. Milton Asa, Carolyn Barrett, Kevin Beach, Robert Beers, Hugh Benner, Zachary Black, Jasmine Boston, Thomas Byrne, Troy Carey, Blake Crane, Kirsten Dow, Kayla Easley. We have a few commuters today, so I'm going to read all those names. DeMarcus Edwards, Heather Garrison, Kimberly Godinay, Ian Gornall, Catherine Hawk, Leona Hankins, Samuel Hargrave, Nathan Hager, Brianna Humphrey, Trevor Jones, Hunter Kelly, Salvation League, Shelby Lyons, Carl Link, Tenaelu Matawatia, Cameron McClintock, Corbin Millsap, Lucas Mondino, Angel Perez Vargas, Nolan Pulatasi, Stephen Quinn, Matthew Richards, Jamie Rivera, Brandon Rogers, Richard Sample, Andrew Schrader, Vasaparaju Scott, Kate Sherman, Pedro Silva, Chase Sims, Huakalana Siona, Melinda Sletty, Cody Sloop, Anthony Stephanie, Rock Stokes, Caleb Thompson, Alexander Tuchin, Shannon Williams. And you, yes. So that's these. This is getting. Now the president's list, which is a 3.5 GPA, no grade lower than B. Cheyenne Alvin, Nathan Anhall, Justin Assailor, Jeffrey Austin, Robbie Bain, Braulio Benitez, Quincy Carpenter, Jared Clasker, Angela Cooper, Catherine Day, J. Gilbert, Max Danner, Luke Easton, Madison Inslee, Patricio Fernandez, Taylor Gardner, Brandon Grinstead, Alexandria Hamilton, Brett Heckman, Jonathan Helm, Alexander Hinman, Jorge Gladkey, Justin Howard, Davis Johnson, Nathan Kennedy, Eli Craft, Emma Lindbergh, Christopher Lucero, Storm Lynn, Jeremy Mann, David Macy, Ethan McCrae, Daniel McElroy, Fred Neolin, Gerald Milburn, Dalton Mills, Benjamin Mooneyham, Austin Nordow, Alexandria Paul, Mendrix Punzel, Paige Ramirez, Nathaniel Richards, Jonathan Ruckelshaw, Nicole Severson, Shanda Shannon, Angela Sharp, Kai Shin, Adrina Sola Levati, Nicholas Swartz, Larivaa Tavadi, Christopher Thompson, Gabriel Taki, Telewai Tui O Limotu, Talai Eola Utai, Larissa Vaiga, Alejandro Valadez, Eric Walker, Joshua Morley, Alexis Wells, Christopher Winrich, Austin Wilson, Marquise Wood, and John Young. That's the President's list. Let's get ready. So, for the moment that I'm up here, I want to thank the staff and faculty for all your efforts thus far during the semester, and those that I know you'll be making over the next 2 months. And congratulations to those of you who were recognized. And again, I would say, those of you who were recognized, help those who are close, and need to get some help here over the next 2 months to get where they're headed to. So now I'll be followed by the high school. Colonel Alden will do that part of the sentence.
Okay, I'd ask the following guests to please come to the back of the stage. Aaliyah Yaya, Kevin Hahn, Boyd Miller, Jackson Bourne, Jerry Brown, Will Cummins, Mason Crane, Jacob Hussein, Patty Fang, Max Flores, Mark Day, Casey Gephardt, Gage Hamilton, Paul Allbecker, Henry Hudd, Justin House, Jamie Kennedy, Luke Six. Great people are often average people who do great things. How many of you heard the name Andre Scott? Anybody? Andre Scott came to Wentworth 3 years ago. Coach Tom Hughes recruited him. Andre came out of Fort Worth, Texas. I'm not sure how good of a basketball player Andre was when he got here, but I do know he worked his tail off. He started with the Dragons as a freshman on an average team. I think he averaged double figures. As a sophomore, Andre led Coach Hughes' college basketball team to a regional championship. He was named National Junior College Association All-American First Team. Andre went on to Missouri Valley, started with the Vikings for 2 years. This year, last week, he was one of the players that led his team to Harp America Conference Tournament Championship. Tomorrow night, Andre Scott will play the National NAIA Tournament in Kansas City for this fall tournament. Great people are often average people who do great things. And Andre was not just a good basketball player. He was a very good student. He was a company commander. He was here when you get a chance. A lot of you met Andre. He comes back to campus quite a bit. If you get a chance, say hi to him. He's a special person. All right, this time I'd like to introduce our high school honor roll at Aaron. Michael Learman, president, will assist me. Ali Hayaya. Please, if you would, please hold the applause. We introduce the entire group. Thank you. Kevin Hahn. Chloe Beller. Jackson Bourne. Jarrett Brown. Philip Cummins, I don't believe Philip is here today. Mason Crane. Jacob Hussein. Patty Fang. I'd ask the following guests to please come forward. Kazi Mamuna, Anastasia Miller, Tom Hall, Eric Bay, Alan Shue, Kevin Shue, Nicholas Yang, Jack Jones, Michelle Jones. Continue with the honor roll. Max Flores. Casey Gebhardt. Gage Hamilton. Paul Hallbecker. Henry Huff. Justin House. Jamie Kennedy. Luke Macias. I'd ask the following guests please come forward. William Chow, Jack Chapman, Gary Cotter, Santiago Fernandez, Queenie Gow, Ashley Hall, Leo Lowe, Tom Poe, and Max G. Continuing with the honor roll, Ozzie Von Luner. Anastasia Miller. Tom Fong. Eric Payne. Kevin Hughes. Nicholas Yang. Jack Jones. Michelle John. That concludes our honor. Let's give the honor roll. Please come forward. Ismail Jones, David Kastner, Albert Lee, Dane Lee, Edward Lee, John Malik, Rose Mendez, Aiden O'Hara, Kelvin O'Young. This group represents the President's list. William Chow. Jack Chappell. Jack had a perfect 4.0 grade when it was this last period, all straight A's. Gary Cotter. Gary also had a 4.0, all straight A's. Santiago Fernandez. Queenie Gow. Queenie also had straight A's for this straight period. Ashley Hall. Leo Poe. Tom Ho. Max G. The last group I'd like to call up: Roy Park, Philip King, Josh Shealy, Jeremy Shen, Jordan Smith, Stone Wong, Wayne John, John Zhao, Gary Hughes. Continuing with the President's list: Ismail Jones, Damon Kastner. Albert Lee. Edward Lee. John Mellett. Rose Mendez. Aiden O'Hara. Kelvin O'Young. Lori Park. Philip King. Josh Shealy. Jeremy Shin. Jordan Smith. Stone Wong. Wayne Jones. John Jow. And Gary Jude. Our presence list students. Thanks to Linda Christian and Jessica Davis for helping line this things up and carry these along for bringing this certificate. I'm going to turn it over to Colonel Learman in just a minute, but I want a couple of other real quick awards that I want to give today. When we started in high school, we started advisory groups this year. And each advisory group has around 8 or 9, 10 students. Today we're going to give an award to the top 2 advisory groups at high school level. This award will be based on the overall grade point average of the entire group. All 9 grade point averages averaged together. All right? Second place winner is going to get what they call the COP Award. Didn't sound good, but the COP Award. Candy or pop. Free candy or pop at the quartermaster, thanks to Jerry Maggard, made that available. So the second place team will get a candy or pop, the top award. The top awards will be in honor of our President, Colonel Learman. Well, he's the top, top. But I'm going to give him, this award's going to be in honor of him. Now, if I talked to Colonel Learman, he said one of the most prized possessions in his life were his 2 grandkids. Right? What are your grandkids called? Going Papa. So we're going to call this the Papa Award. The Papa Award. President's Awesome Pizza Party Adventure. I know Papa only has 1 pizza. It's going to be the President's Awesome Pizza Party Adventure. Don't worry, sir. It's going to be in your honor. I'm going to pay for it. Got my evaluation coming up here soon. So here, I'm going to read the top 3 groups real quickly. Number 3, no award, no prize for this, but the 3rd top advisory group with a grade point average of 8.91. That's between a B and a B+. The advisory group of Amy Henson and Jay Robbins. Second place. This group will be the top group. You get a free candy or free pop. The group of Linda Christian, Alan Meyer, that's Bill Chow, Ashley Hall, Edward Gell, Dane Lee, Kazi Mahamuna, Rose Mendez, Jeremy Shin, Draco Tone, and John Chow. They're all second. It was very close between first and second. 1 point, one difference between a B and a B plus out of the whole group separated the two. The champions, the Papa Award winners. The first one, the advisory groups of Dan Grosso and Tim Doherty. I'm going to try to follow that up. I really don't know what to say. Let me introduce the folks real quick. You saw them on their feet. So Jackson Bourne, Jack Chappell, Paul Hallbaker, Tom Ho, Dustin House, Albert Lee, Jason Lee, Nicholas Yang, and Gary G. Congratulations. And set up your president's awesome pizza party.
First, I would congratulate everyone that had a chance to either stand or come across the stage. I would also congratulate and say thank you to our commuter students. I'd love to see you all convince the rest of your group to come so we can honor you all. We're glad you're here. To the faculty and staff, thank you very much. We appreciate all you do. I'm going to share 3 quick things with you. I want you to listen to what I say, because usually I say you probably won't remember what I'm going to tell you. But I'm going to tell you something this afternoon that I've never told you before, and that I believe will help you find success in the next, how many days did we decide there was? How many days are left in school? 60. Okay. First, I want to tell you a very quick story about the man that spoke to you when we started. I went to his room after he had laid in the countryside after his motorcycle accident. And I saw him in the bed with tubes running everywhere. He had no idea that I was there because he was under a lot of drugs to help the pain. And I really wasn't sure that he would ever walk out of that room when I was there to see him. But I'm very proud to see that he's standing on the stage today and teaching and doing the things that he loves, because somebody did watch over him. I'm sure the helmet helped, but there was something else that helped him that day. And he's been someone that's very important to us here as a member of the faculty for many years. So keep in mind, sometimes miracles do happen, and those things are important to you in your life. But this is a piece I want you to remember. I want you all to think about what I'm about to tell you, because I believe that it's something I've learned recently, and after all my years of thinking I knew everything, this is something that someone shared with me recently, a friend of mine, that I think must have felt like that I knew. And the message to me was, don't think so much about yourself, Mike. Think about what can you do to help someone else. If you help enough people be successful, you'll be successful yourself. So my question to you, that you don't have to answer, I just want you to think about it, is who can you help? In your company, in your squad, on your team, in your class, who's someone that you may look across the aisle or across the classroom and say, maybe I can help you. Because I believe that if you do enough good things in your life for others, that those good things happen to you. So I challenge you to finish strong. We're going to, as I shared with the BC this morning in the meeting that I had with her, we're going to turn around a couple times and school will be out for you. That's something that seems like as I get older, it happens quicker, because it does seem like that it shouldn't be the end of the school year. But you need to finish strong, because the things that you do today has an impact on your life later on. But think about not so much you today, but what you can do for others. Because I believe that it will make an impact on your life. There are a lot of people that have helped me be successful. If I have any success at all, it's probably not because of me, it's because of the people that I work with, the family that I have, and probably my 2 little buddies that are my grandchildren. So think about those that you might be able to help and extend your hand to them, because that's going to help you be successful. I'm very proud of you. very proud of what you've accomplished, and I know that it's a lot of hard work. There's a lot of effort that you put into it, but I want you to be proud of yourself, because those are the things that will help you.